Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive.
Yes.
We're talking all about natural ways to manage anxiety using herbal remedies today.
Yeah.
And we've got a really cool guide here all about it.
It's a good one.
So we're going to be diving deep into not just what these herbs are, but like how they work,
Absolutely.
science behind them.
We'll be covering ashwagandha,
Ooh,
lavender, chamomile,
love it.
passion flower, valerian root, and lemon balm.
Oh, nice. A good mix.
Yeah, so maybe you'll find a new favorite by the end of this.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about ashwagandha.
Okay.
Now it's an adaptogen, right?
Right.
Which I always think of as like a personal trainer for your stress response system.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's like it helps you deal with stress better.
Yeah. So think about when you've got a bunch of deadlines
Yeah.
piling up and you just feel overwhelmed.
Too real.
Ashwagandha can actually help dial that intensity down.
Okay, I like that.
And one way it does this is by regulating cortisol.
Cortisol, that's the stress hormone.
Exactly. It's the one that spikes when we're stressed.
Okay, so less cortisol, less fight or flight mode.
Yeah, basically.
I like it.
It helps you stay calmer under pressure.
Does the research actually prove that happens?
Yeah, there have been studies where people taking ashwagandha reported significantly less anxiety
Wow.
and more mental clarity compared to those who didn't.
Okay, cool.
So our source recommends a daily dose of 300 to 500 milligrams.
Gotcha.
You can take it in powder, capsule, or tincture form.
So many options.
The specifics are outlined in the guide we're using today.
All right, we'll link to that in the show notes.
Perfect.
Okay, let's move on to lavender.
All right.
So lavender's been used for centuries for its calming effects. Right? Like Grandma knew what she was doing with all those lavender sachets.
Grandma always does.
Right. Like I'm curious about the science behind it all.
Yeah, well, it turns out lavender's calming effects are
Yeah.
mainly linked to the limbic system, which is like the emotional center of our brains.
Gotcha.
And there was this fascinating clinical trial that found that lavender oil capsules could actually reduce anxiety without the drowsiness,
Interesting.
often associated with anxiety medication.
So you're not just masking the feeling, it's actually impacting your brain chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. How much lavender would I need to take?
Around 80 milligrams daily
Okay.
seems to be like the sweet spot.
Gotcha.
And you've got options: essential oil, tea, or capsules.
So many ways to get your lavender fix.
Exactly.
Right now, chamomile.
Okay.
So gentle, even babies can have it.
Right.
But don't let that fool you. It's powerful for anxiety, too.
It is.
What makes it so soothing?
So chamomile is packed with antioxidants.
Okay.
That might actually reduce inflammation,
Okay.
which can play a role in anxiety.
Huh. Interesting.
There was some research from the University of Pennsylvania
Okay.
that showed that chamomile extract could noticeably reduce anxiety symptoms in people with generalized anxiety disorder.
Wow. Okay. So it's like calming the nervous system from the inside out.
Basically.
Pretty impressive for something so gentle.
Yeah.
How do we
Yeah.
use it?
So you can enjoy it as a tea, a tincture, or even in capsule form.
Okay.
The guide recommends a daily intake of no more than 400 milligrams.
Gotcha.
But start slow and see how you feel.
Always good advice.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, passion flower.
Ooh, passion flower.
Even the name sounds peaceful, right?
Right?
Like, is there evidence to back that up?
Well, the name is certainly fitting.
Yep.
Passion flower has a history of use as like a
Okay.
mild sedative and anxiety reliever. And what's interesting is, unlike some other herbs, it doesn't directly boost GABA.
Oh.
Instead, it seems to enhance GABA's effectiveness,
Oh, that's cool.
making it more available to calm the nervous system.
So it's working with the brain's natural calming mechanisms.
Exactly.
I like that, sneaky.
Yeah.
What does the research say about how well it works?
There are some studies suggesting it can reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality,
Right.
but we still need more research
Okay.
for conclusive results.
Gotcha.
The dosage will vary, so it's best to consult with a healthcare provider
Okay.
to find the right amount for you.
Smart.
You can find it in teas, capsules, or tinctures.
Nice. Lots of options.
Yeah,
That makes sense, especially when you're dealing with something as complex as anxiety.
absolutely.
All right, moving on to valerian root.
All right, valerian root.
This one's so good for sleep. They used to call it nature's Valium.
Right?
Like, what makes it so powerful?
So valerian root is known for its sedative properties.
Okay.
And has been used for both insomnia and anxiety.
Mm.
It's thought to work by binding to specific sites on GABA receptors,
Okay.
enhancing its calming effects on the brain.
So it's like really boosting those calming effects.
Yeah. Evidence supports its use for short-term relief
Okay.
of insomnia and mild anxiety.
Short-term being the key word there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I've heard it shouldn't be used for too long.
Right. It's best for like
Yeah.
short-term situation.
How is it usually taken?
So you can find it as tea, tincture, or capsule.
Okay.
And the typical dosage is around 400 to 600 milligrams,
Okay.
taken before bedtime
Gotcha.
to promote relaxation.
Makes sense.
But again, always best to consult with a healthcare provider
Yep.
to see what's right for you.
Good advice.
Okay.
All right. And finally, we have lemon balm,
Lemon balm.
which is part of the mint family.
Yes.
Basically, delicious anxiety relief.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, does that check out?
It does. It's thought to work by
Okay.
boosting the activity of certain neurotransmitters linked to mood.
Mm-hmm.
And research even suggests it may reduce stress
Oh,
and
yeah.
improve cognitive function.
Wow. So it's like giving your brain a little sunshine.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's the best way to enjoy it?
So lemon balm is available as a tea, tincture, or capsule. The typical dose ranges from 300 to 600 milligrams daily.
Gotcha.
And as always, our source has specific dosage recommendations
Yeah.
you can refer to.
Awesome. We'll link to that in the show notes.
Perfect.
Okay. So that was a lot of cool info about all these different herbs.
It was.
Like, I'm kind of tempted to just run out and buy all of them.
Yeah.
Before I do, though, like, what's important to keep in mind?
It's super important to talk to your doctor before adding any of these herbs
Okay.
to your routine, especially if you're already on medication or have any pre-existing health condition.
Right. Safety first.
Always.
And there was another important point mentioned in our guide about where you buy these herbs. Like,
Absolutely. You want to make sure you're buying herbal supplements from reputable sources.
okay.
Look for brands known for their quality and transparency, and do your research.
Yeah.
Herbal supplements aren't always regulated as strictly as pharmaceuticals,
Right.
so it's crucial to be discerning.
That's a great reminder. Now, herbs are awesome,
They are.
but we can't forget about lifestyle changes, too.
Right.
Like, what are some other things we can do to help manage anxiety?
So lifestyle changes are key.
Yeah.
And can work really well alongside these herbal remedies.
Okay.
Mindfulness and meditation can be incredibly valuable for reducing stress. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing each day can make a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, regular exercise
yeah.
is a fantastic mood booster thanks to endorphins.
I totally agree. I always feel so much better after a good workout.
Me too.
And we can't forget about what we eat either, right?
You're right.
Like, food can have such a big impact
Absolutely.
on how we feel.
A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables,
Okay.
whole grains, and lean protein is crucial.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Certain foods can actually worsen anxiety,
Oh, really?
while others can have a calming effect.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So we've explored a lot of ground today, from ashwagandha helping to regulate cortisol, lavender's positive impact on the limbic system, to chamomile's potential as an anti-inflammatory.
Right.
And we even touched on lifestyle changes.
It's all connected.
Like, it's all about finding what works best for you.
Exactly.
We'll continue exploring other aspects of anxiety relief
Yes.
in the next part of our deep dive.
We will.
Let's take a quick break and come back with more insights and listener questions.
Sounds good. Welcome back.
All right, so we're back, and we've got some listener questions to dive into.
We do.
This one listener asks, are there any herbs that are particularly good for social anxiety?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes you realize, like, how many different ways
Yeah.
anxiety can show up in our lives.
Totally.
Are there specific herbs that might be more effective
Yeah.
in social situations?
So while everything we've discussed can help with a general sense of calm,
Okay.
a few might be especially helpful for social anxiety.
Okay.
Lemon balm, for example,
Okay.
with its potential mood-boosting effects,
Mm-hmm.
could be particularly beneficial.
So maybe a little lemon balm tea before, like,
Yeah.
a big presentation or a networking event.
Exactly.
Good tip.
Another herb that comes to mind is passion flower.
Passion flower. Okay.
By enhancing the effectiveness of GABA,
Okay.
it could help ease those physical symptoms of social anxiety,
Okay.
like a racing heart or trembling hands.
So it's like giving your nervous system a little chill-out message
Yeah.
before you head into a potentially stressful
Exactly.
situation.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another listener asks, can I take multiple herbs together for anxiety?
Ooh, good question.
Right. Like, we just mix and match.
That's a common question,
Yeah.
and it's important to be cautious.
Okay.
While some herbs can work well together, it's really important to talk to your doctor.
Okay.
before combining them, especially if you're already on medication.
So it's not a more is always better situation.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Herbs are powerful, and we need to treat them with respect.
Right.
Your healthcare provider can help you figure out best approach for your individual needs and make sure there aren't any potential interactions with medications you're taking.
Safety first.
Always.
Okay, this next question is an interesting one. Are herbal remedies as effective as prescription medications for anxiety?
That's a tough one.
Right.
Yeah, there isn't a simple yes or no answer. It really depends on the individual and how severe their anxiety is. Herbs can be incredibly effective for mild to moderate anxiety and often have fewer side effects than prescription medications. But for severe anxiety or anxiety disorders, medication might be necessary.
So it's about finding the right approach
Exactly.
for each person's unique situation.
Yeah.
Working with a healthcare professional to figure out the best path.
Precisely.
That makes sense.
Herbs can be a valuable tool in an overall anxiety management plan, but they may not replace prescription medication for everyone.
Right.
It's important to have open communication with your doctor to make the best decisions for your health.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another listener asks, how long does it take for herbal remedies to work for anxiety?
That's a good question.
Right. Like, is it a quick fix or a more gradual process?
So that's a question we hear a lot.
Okay.
And it's important to manage expectations.
Okay.
Unlike prescription medications, which often work relatively quickly, herbs tend to have a more gradual effect.
Okay.
It might take several weeks or even months of consistent use to see noticeable results.
So patience is key with herbal remedies.
It is.
It's about supporting your body's natural healing process.
Exactly.
Rather than looking for an instant solution.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a quick fix.
I like that.
Speaking of which, we have another question about the potential downsides. Are there any potential side effects or risks associated with herbal remedies?
Yeah, that's a really important consideration.
It is.
It's easy to assume that because something's natural.
Yeah.
It's completely safe.
Right.
But we need to be realistic about potential risks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
While herbs are generally considered safe, it's important to remember they're still biologically active.
Right.
And can have side effects or interact with other medications.
Yeah.
That's another reason why talking to your doctor before starting any new herbal regimen is so crucial.
It's not just about grabbing a bottle of pills or brewing a cup of tea without thinking about it.
It's about responsible use and informed decisions.
I like that. Okay, last question for this section. How can I find high-quality herbal products?
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
There are so many options out there.
There are so many.
It can definitely be overwhelming.
Yeah.
What should people look for?
So the herbal supplement market can be a bit of a jungle.
Yeah, it can.
Look for brands that are transparent about their sourcing and manufacturing practices, third-party testing.
Okay.
To verify quality and purity is another good sign.
So research, read labels.
Yes.
Choose brands you trust.
Absolutely.
That's a good rule of thumb for just about anything these days.
Is.
And never hesitate to ask questions.
Right.
A knowledgeable healthcare provider or herbalist can be invaluable when navigating the world of herbal supplements.
Absolutely.
I think that's a perfect segue into our next topic.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about the brain.
We have.
But now we're going to shift our focus to the gut.
Interesting.
And its surprising connection to anxiety.
Okay.
It turns out that what's going on in our gut can have a huge impact on our mental well-being.
It's true.
It's like more than just digestion going on down there.
It's a whole other world.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about how herbs can impact the brain. But now I'm really curious about this connection between gut health and anxiety.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area.
Yeah.
It seems like so much more than just digestion. We're learning more and more about how, the trillions of bacteria living in our digestive tract, what we call the gut microbiome, can actually send signals to our brain that influence our mood.
That's wild.
It's like this hidden communication network we're just starting to understand.
So our gut bacteria are actually messing with our minds.
Kinda, yeah. When the gut microbiome is out of balance, it can trigger a cascade of events that contributes to anxiety and other mood disorders.
So a happy gut equals a happy brain.
There's definitely a connection.
You knew those gut feelings were real.
A balanced gut microbiome is emerging as a crucial element of mental well-being.
So what kind of things can we do to cultivate a happy gut?
Well, one thing we can do is be mindful of what we eat.
Okay. Yeah, diet plays a role, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What we eat has a huge impact on the types of bacteria that thrive in our gut.
Gotcha.
But we can also use specific herbs that act as prebiotics.
Prebiotics. So that's like giving your gut bacteria a gourmet meal.
You got it.
Okay.
Prebiotics are essentially food for the beneficial bacteria in our gut.
Gotcha.
Helping to create a healthy balance.
Yeah.
A well-fed microbiome is a happy microbiome,
right,
which can then contribute to a calmer, more balanced you.
I like it.
Yeah.
So which herbs are particularly good at nourishing those good gut bacteria?
Well, chamomile, which we already talked about for its calming effects on the brain, is also incredibly soothing to the digestive tract.
Okay.
It can help reduce inflammation
Yeah.
and promote healthy digestion.
So a cup of chamomile tea is like a 2-for-1 deal.
It is.
Good for the mind and the gut.
Exactly.
I love that.
Another great option is lemon balm.
Lemon balm again, yeah.
It's been traditionally used to ease digestive discomfort, reduce bloating and gas. And as we discussed earlier, it also has those mood-boosting effects.
Lemon balm really pull in double duty.
It is.
Are there any other herbs that stand out for gut health?
Peppermint is excellent for relieving indigestion.
Okay.
And can even help with irritable bowel syndrome symptoms.
Interesting.
Ginger is another great option.
Ginger, yeah.
Especially for nausea. And slippery elm is known for its soothing properties.
Okay.
Which can be very helpful for inflammation in the gut.
Wow. Nature really does provide us with an incredible toolkit.
It does.
As we wrap up our deep dive into herbal remedies for anxiety, what's like the one thing you want listeners to walk away with today?
Remember that there are so many natural approaches to support your mental well-being.
Okay.
And herbs can be a really valuable part of that.
Yeah.
But just like with any other healthcare decision, approach herbal remedies with the same level of care and consideration. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Do your research. Choose high-quality products.
Yeah.
From reputable sources.
Great advice.
Yeah.
So we explored a whole arsenal of natural anxiety fighters today.
We did.
From ancient herbs to modern mindfulness, we even uncovered the fascinating connection between gut health and mental well-being.
That was a good one.
Remember, finding what works for you is a journey.
It is.
And every journey is unique.
Absolutely.
Now, we focused on herbs today, but there's a whole universe of natural remedies out there.
There is.
So what other natural approaches to anxiety pique your curiosity?
Yeah, let us know.
Do some digging and let us know. We might just feature your discoveries in a future deep dive.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Until then, keep exploring and be well.